This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Shoshina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, it is a multi-million-dollar industry, and the government is doing its part to ensure that local artisans are able to tap into that market. The handicraft and souvenir business is growing on Grand Bahama, and yesterday the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation officially opened its new handicraft center that will showcase authentically made Bahamian craft. A ribbon-cutting ceremony commemorating the completion and official opening of BAIC's newest center. It is hoped that the center becomes a major tourist attraction. Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, excited about the possibilities. He says years of hard work have come to fruition.
Since coming to office in 2012, we completed the outstanding remedial works in order to ready the facility for the intended purpose, and that is to ensure that natives and visitors alike who come to Grand Bahama can experience firsthand our culture through arts and crafts.
The center will be listed on the itinerary for tour operators so that guests from around the world can have a first-hand opportunity to view the production of the authentically made Bahamian products. Executive Chairman of BAIC, Dion Smith, says products like these are already making their mark globally.
It was only a few months ago that more than $70,000, yes, $70,000 of Bahamian-made handicraft products were shipped to the company called El Pointe in Germany. And I think that deserves an amen.
Minister for Agriculture, V. Alfred Gray, telling artisans that they should be proud of their work.
Those who lead this corporation, the executive chairman, the executive board, two of whom are present here today, are very pleased that you have been willing to make your labor turn product to be exhibited today, and we are proud of the work you do.
But a center like this one did not come easy. It was made possible through a public-private partnership with the help of the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
BAIC and its Arts and Crafts Center sits on approximately 2 acres of land donated by the Grand Bahama Port Authority. The improvements you see here today, I believe, is in excess of over $500,000, again partly contributed by the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
Deputy Prime Minister Philip Rafe Davis says visitors spend $100 million annually in the arts and crafts industry, and artisans should capitalize on this market.
Arrangements have been made for tour operators to bring visitors here as part of their tour itinerary. This will augur well for the center, as it is anticipated that the steady stream of customers will be exposed to the finest arts and crafts and offer on Grand Bahama. Let me hasten to mention that besides the retail section of the center, the art gallery will feature paintings resplendent with local vistas and sculptures depicting the flora and fauna which graces the Grand Bahama Island.
Those in attendance were taken on a tour and were able to see the work of various artisans here on Grand Bahama. Well, the National Health Insurance Secretariat wrapping up the first leg of its town meetings in East Grand Bahama last night. NHI officials taking time out to explain the benefits of the program to residents assembled at the community center. In McLeanstown, Kimberly Mullings was there.
The various benefits of National Health Insurance Bahamas and its phases were outlined to residents of East Grand Bahama. Tamara Dillette, legal consultant with the NHI Bahamas Secretariat, led the town meeting discussing the initial phase registration, which began last month. It involves a joint effort with the National Insurance Board. She also discussed common misconceptions surrounding it.
There was some understanding that there may be an additional card that is required, but we were able to clarify that and advise individuals that it's just the NIB. smart card that is required. So we're really encouraging Bahamians and legal residents to ensure that they get out and get their NIB smart card so that once we enter those enrollment processes, they're in a position to take part in the exercise.
Another concerning issue is eligibility. Dillette explained that NHI Bahamas is not a replacement for what exists already in the public healthcare system, but rather an insurance or financing mechanism to allow eligible individuals to access public and private healthcare services.
There are certain rules and fundamental functions under the Ministry of Health through the public health care system that must maintain to ensure that population health is a critical concern that is properly addressed. NHI Bahamas simply allows for those who are eligible and those who are deemed to be beneficiaries under the plan that they're able to access the benefits that the plan provides.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, says the government of the Bahamas is committed to ensuring that all residents have access to proper health care services.
Also to be able to understand through education and lifestyle modifications the importance of living healthy and the prevention aspect of medicine.
Darville adding that the government has been working on bringing about NHI for over 3 years now, and as a committee member and primary care physician, he is proud to see NHI come to fruition.
We still have a lot of work to be done. We still need to do a lot more consultation with the general public, consultation with Bahamas Insurance Association, as well as the doctors, those who provide tertiary healthcare facilities services, as well as those who are at the primary healthcare level.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
In other news, another massive expansion is underway in the industrial sector, but it is raising some concerns. Joan Davis Roll explains.
As residents await the official start of construction for the multi-million-dollar Fishing Hole Road Causeway, concern is being raised regarding another mega development linked to the expansion of the Hutchison-Whampoa investments in the industrial sector of this island. The protection of marine life and mangroves are said to be in jeopardy. Smack dab in the center of the popular Hawksville Creek, off the Fishing Hole Road, is a major project that is taking shape that many believe could have some serious environmental implications.
It's sitting in the middle of what I call a very, very important piece of nature. It's our only pressure relief valve for the storm waters that come through here whenever we do have storm waters. I think that what is happening over there is going to put us into a worse position for flooding when it comes to storms and flooding.
With mountains of fill extracted from the earth, particularly waters in the area, the adverse impact of this project, many say, is already being felt, and they charge that if not addressed, this could affect generations unborn.
The mangroves and the creeks are the birthplaces of smaller fish, crawfish. It's basically a nursery, all right? What we are doing is we are devastating our children and our grandchildren's natural resources for their future.
There's a call for the powers that be to revisit this major project.
I would like to see the powers to be and the environmental side back to the table, and I'd like to see a solution that creates a better Bahamas or Grand Bahama for everybody. I think if they don't solve the problem that is behind us, then no matter what water comes over this road or underneath a bridge, we still have a problem. The water still needs to go somewhere. Okay, so if behind us is totally clogged, then it's going to go to Freeport, which most Bahamians don't want.
ZNS News spoke with the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, regarding this expansion project. Minister Darville confirmed that the project is part of Hutchison's fifth phase of harbor development. He noted that in order to protect the structural integrity of the new bridge, blasting has to be completed before the construction of a new fishing hole causeway can begin. Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, a group of terminated workers gaining support in their crusade for justice. They say securing their severance payment has been an uphill battle, so they have gotten the help of a prominent labor attorney. Kimberly Mullings has this story.
Attorney Obie Ferguson has taken on the case of the displaced workers from Freeport Concrete Company Limited and Home Center who were terminated in 2010.
We will be discussing at length the course of action we're going to take with respect to these workers, because they're entitled to benefits, they're entitled to damages for wrongful dismissal or possibly unfair dismissal, and that is the premise upon which we're going to pursue the case.
The employees claim they were owed about $900,000. Ferguson says he will be filing a writ immediately after taking proper instructions from the former employees as they seek to recover damages from this unfortunate instance.
We are satisfied on the preliminary evaluation that there's basis for settlement. Because if you're wrongfully or unfairly terminate a worker in this country, you will be required to pay damages. Now, why they didn't pay it from 210, we will find out. But certainly, we will ask the court to award not only damages, but we'll ask the court to award interest and costs for the process.
The labor lawyer says he's pleased to assist the union, spearheaded by appointed Chairman Troy Garvey, advisor Thomas Bastian, and local activist Eddie Farquharson. He commends the men for their passion for helping those who have been disenfranchised and marginalized.
We made contact with them, and as a result of that, we have decided to take it on, and we will do what we have to do in the interest of the workers and to properly represent them. We are now collectively together.
Ferguson is looking forward to a positive resolution for the employees of the former Freeport Company Limited and the Home Center.
Companies tend to respond very quickly to lawyers for some reason, and I think being a lawyer and being a labor lawyer, this is an area I have a particular skill in, and I would use that extensively.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
In news from the crime beat, police over in Abaco locating a large quantity of suspected marijuana yesterday. While in the mud, officers of the Marsh Harbor Police Station, along with other government officials, discovered a plastic bag containing a large amount of grassy substance believed to be marijuana in an unfinished wooden structure. Now, no arrest was made. And also from Abaco, around 11 o'clock last night, a female employee of a business establishment and a male security officer, while at a local resort, were accosted by a man brandishing a firearm. The assailant demanded cash and discharged his firearm, hitting the male security officer in the upper arm. The assailant then ran from the scene. The security officer received medical attention and is listed in stable condition. Police are actively investigating both matters. If you have any information that could help with any of these cases, you should call the Marsh Harbor Police Station at 367-2560, 367-3437, the Central Detective Unit in Grand Bahama at 350-3106 through 12, 911-919, or call your nearest police station. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.